Welcome to Cloud Kingdom, ladies and gentlemen. We have a situation here where we are not playing to qualify for IEM Poland at the moment, but we are playing to determine who is going to be in what order in the 8th to 12th places in the event that any of the top 7 do not advance. And this is one of those matches that are going to determine some of those places. Spawning over here in the bottom left-hand corner of the map as the Red Mouse Sports Protoss, we have none other than HasuObs, a very solid player, but he's currently one game down against a player who also lives in Germany, and I may have played 2v2s while drunk on soju when visiting his house, and it was a lot of fun. But HasuObs is a fantastic guy as well. Did the analysis desk with him at IEM Singapore. I don't know who to root for here, but this blue Protoss is currently one game up. It is ESC's Daisy. So he needs to win one more game to be favored over HasuObs for a backup spot at IEM Poland. Let's see if he can do it. And as far as a bracket update goes, guys, let me give that to you right the heck now, because as you know, I've had approximately 7.5 seconds break between each game, so my voice is actually going to be shot tomorrow, and that's a big problem. But I'll worry about that when it comes. Let me let you guys know that both of the Terran players are through. Cass and Lucifron both managed to qualify, which is fantastic news. Grubby gets knocked down to the lower bracket by Cass, but he is going to be qualified anyway because he managed to get into the semifinals of the winner's bracket. And in the meantime, we have Bly versus Vortex in the lower bracket, and I think one of them is guaranteed to go through. The other one might have to play off for 8th place. And on the other side, we have Stefano versus Nurcio. So Stefano, Nurcio, and Vortex, I think only 2 out of 3 of them can go through. Stefano, Nurcio, Vortex, are you kidding me? Yes, they're all Zerg players, but they're such amazingly high-level Zerg players. And it saddens me that all 3 of them, I think, can't go through unless we have a situation where Vortex wins and Stefano or Nurcio win the playoff place. I'm going to have to double check that a little bit later on, but a lot of things are going to have to fall into place just the right way for all of them to qualify at this point. So who's currently qualified? We have Cass, we have Lucifron, we have Snoot, we have Grubby, and we have 3 more places on the cards, and this is going to be 8 to 12. We have got a Zealot, just going to be checking out the Pro before Daisy, meanwhile back in this game. And not too much to note so far. We do only have the 1 gateway down for HasuObs again. And Daisy is not going for that early second gateway like we saw him go for in game number 1. So he's not going to be opening 3 Stalker, or at least if he is, it's going to be a lot later than now. And let's see what he goes for. Oh, there we go. So the second gateway is going to get put down. He put that down a little bit earlier last game. And the 3rd gateway goes down now as well. So a little bit more standard play coming out, going into 3 gates. HasuObs in the meantime. Another chrono boost there on that cybernetics core. Looking like he's probably going to be going for a robotics facility, I want to say. Let's see if he plants that down. No, the second, third gateway and a robotic facility about to come up. So a little bit later in terms of timing there. But both sides going up to 3 gateways. And let's wait and see what the tech path is, because both sides are starting to accumulate gas. We have a little bit of an engagement over here. Daisy trying to put on a little bit of pressure at the 3rd base location, leaving a pylon to potentially go up there. Will he actually stay up, or will it get cancelled? We'll find out in just a second. And yes, it's going to stay up here. So Daisy, with a slightly early gateway as well, is going to be able to get that up. And HasuObs opting to switch it up just a little bit. He's going straight for 4 gateways, wanting to make sure that he doesn't get completely done through this early. So this is just a 3-gate pressure at the moment, by the way, guys. So he hasn't. Neither side has gone up to a robo. I suspect HasuObs was going to attempt to go up to 1. And then saw that this aggression was happening. Needs to be very careful not to fall down immediately to this 3-gate pressure. He got his gateways a lot later than Daisy, don't forget. And he's actually going for Twilight as well. Pulling probes now to help defend against this. The Zealot at the far actually doing a huge amount of damage to Daisy right now. And Hasu holds brilliantly there. The number of workers killed is only 1 at the moment in this game. Worker supply, though, 24 to 18 in favor of Hasu. So Daisy not able to make that stick with that 3-gate pressure. And as a result, Hasu is up to 4 gates and a Twilight Council. And in the meantime, still only the 3 gateways down from Daisy. He's trying again for a bit of aggression here. That Zealot granting him high ground vision. He will be able to get one Stalker, and no, actually going to get denied that as well. Really nice micro coming out of there, and HasuObs holding like an absolute champ. Daisy, in the meantime, going for his own Twilight Cancel, but it's so much later than HasuObs right now. He is behind 25 to 21 workers, and his army supply is pitifully low compared to Hasu. The 3-gate pressure did not work. Hasu came close to getting a decent number of Stalkers in his main base just now, but held on, and as a result, he now has a sizable advantage in this game number 2. It looks like if all goes to plan with perfect play from this point onwards, HasuObs is favourite to win this game from this point, and that means we would be going into a game number 3 there. So that could be really exciting times. A robotics facility in the meantime going down for HasuObs as well, and Blink being chrono boosted out from Daisy naturally, but it's already almost done for Hasu, who's going up to his robotics facility as well. He is really enjoying such a big advantage in this game, and Daisy has to have perfect micro in his defense, and even then, if HasuObs executes this beautifully, Daisy might not be able to hold. Sending a Stalker around just to double check for proxy pylons or rogue units there, and Hasu being very thorough with this aggression. Coming in to poke up at the main, he sees that he has Blink already available, just giving a little bit of a poke. Daisy forcing him back. His own Blink is still 50 in-game seconds away from completion. Of course, he will be able to use Chrono Boost, but HasuObs is now on 58 supply versus 46. He has more workers as well. Getting that forward pylon down, it looks like Daisy is going to spot an attempt to take it out. And HasuObs now moving up. He will be able to blink forward. There goes the force field. Double force field as well. And actually, he doesn't have the high ground vision anymore, so HasuObs cannot currently do that. He needs to be very careful indeed. Guardian Shield going up. And another force field going down. HasuObs has to back off. Daisy holds that position really well. HasuObs did not take the opportunity to blink up when that Zealot was still alive, unfortunately, and Daisy able to pick it apart in the nick of time there. But now we have the Observer on the field as well, and Hasu is going to be able to blink onto the high ground. Daisy needs to be very careful here. The Observer is out and about. He will be able to take out the forward pylon, but HasuObs is going to try once again to move up the ramp. And is there a force field available? There isn't! So HasuObs is going to be able to use Blink Micro here. Moves a couple of Zealots up to the high ground to harass Daisy at the moment, and the rest of the units are on the logo, but Daisy still just about holding. We don't have an expansion behind this or anything like that, by the way, guys, so this is still one base versus one base play. Very tense, and Daisy has Blink himself. He might be able to try for an offensive Blink in a second if HasuObs is not careful. He has got the Observer there, but Daisy now, I think, has the advantage slightly in Stalker numbers. It's very difficult to tell. 14 versus 15, so it's bloody close either way. And it's going to come down to positioning here on this engagement. Nice high ground there, but don't forget Hasu does still have that Observer. And Daisy is looking all right, picking off the sentry. Nice job there from Hasu. And here we go. The offensive blink down from Daisy, forcing HasuObs to back off. And are we going to see renewed aggression from both sides? Or are we going to see potential macro play? Are we... we do have the Nexus now going down for HasuObs, so he has spoken, and Daisy, in fact, is going to get the Nexus down as well. So both sides are saying, look, that situation was effectively drawn. Daisy did a really good job of holding off there. But both sides are going to back off, say, look, we can't definitively win the game right now, so we're just going to go back, get our expansions, and renew our battles anew. Now, HasuObs is already going up to the robotics bay. We don't even have a robotics facility down until just now from Daisy. So he's going to be able to get significantly faster Immortals and Colossi. He already has the Observer out on the map as well. And this tech advantage could actually prove to be decisive later on. Let's wait and see. And Hasu is going to blink back in the face of Daisy, moving out to the watchtower. And oh, there we go. A couple of blinks out in the middle of the map there. And HasuObs is catching a few Stalkers. Don't forget, a blink was recently used by Daisy. So, oh, very nicely run there, actually, from HasuObs. Daisy trying to catch his Stalkers out of it, and he has to be a little bit careful as well, because he had 13 versus 14 Stalkers. Hasu could have actually just returned fire there and been okay, but he wasn't 100% sure, so he had to be careful. He now has 2 Immortals with his army composition, though, and that's going to be huge against Daisy, who's only now just starting to get his robotics base. So 2 Immortals, basically, when both sides go for that Colossus production, and potentially 2 Immortals and a Colossus ahead as well, because that Robotics Bay is still about 30 seconds away from completion, means that Hasu is looking like he's in a very, very good place here. Extended Thermal Lance being started as well. And both sides really reaching an impasse in this game. Daisy doing a great job of just holding off in the middle of the map. The big problem for him, though, is that I don't know why he let that Stalker get to so low hit points, actually. I'm not 100% sure I would have condoned that. Both sides really posturing. The problem is Daisy needs to get his tech up. And he's only now grabbing an Immortal out. It's going to be so difficult when HasuObs moves out with this lovely Immortal Colossus composition to add to his Stalkers out in the center of the map. Right now they're just being annoying to each other. HasuObs ideally wants to control this Watchtower. He cannot categorically confirm he can do that right now because he's not 100% sure he can win the engagement, so that's why we don't see an offensive blink down. We basically have 2 extra sentries for Daisy. So Guardian Shield could end up playing a factor, and he's also got a Zealot in that composition as well. So we'll see what he ends up deciding to do. HasuObs now continuing to try and be aggressive, blinking back actually, interestingly. Is it because he saw something pop down? We actually have a Zealot here from Daisy scouting at the moment. And, oh wow, yes, HasuObs really nicely played there, wanting to make sure the Zealot sees absolutely nothing. So he doesn't want Daisy to know whether or not HasuObs is currently attempting to take a third base. Notice that Daisy has basically scouted nothing. Right now he's moving out. Now back to the center of the map is Daisy, but HasuObs is coming out. Where are those units? There we go. The Immortals and the Colossus are going to be joining the army now as well. HasuObs coming in with a Warp Prism. Extended Thermal Lance is already done, and man, those Immortals look so weird when they're moving kind of sideways. Picking apart those destructible rocks so that force fields are of minimal use from Daisy's end, and it looks like HasuObs is going to be moving forward soon. 122 supply to 103. We have the work supply at 43 to 46 in Daisy's favor. But the Colossus count is 2 to 0. The Immortal count is 2 to 1. So this is just looking like a really nice army from HasuObs. He'll be able to bring a War Prism in with this composition as well. Whereabouts is it? There it goes. Oh, and it's going to drop in the main base at the same time. This is going to be really sick. Guardian Shield goes up, and HasuObs tries to start the engagement. Where is the Colossus? He can break these force fields if he feels like it, but right now he's just going to be blinking back. Needs to make sure the Colossi don't get sniped off, using the force fields to his advantage there. Daisy unable to push forward, and HasuObs now goes into the natural expansion. The War Prism still up there, waiting to be used. And Daisy is looking like he is in dire straits here. 122 to 95 supply. The probes being pulled as well, and HasuObs just moves back and calmly takes a couple of them out. 114 to 92. And Daisy is struggling here. We have the Zealots in the middle line. All the probes get pushed out. And if we take a quick look at the income tab, Daisy is not mining very much at the moment because of those probes running out. Great blink micro from HasuObs. We have a blink forward trying to kill the Colossus from Daisy. It's not going to be enough. GG! And HasuObs ties the series up 1-all. We go into a game number 3.